Hey, what's going on? I'm Nate, and this is another 2 hour grind. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about some G.I. Joe classifieds. I had some nice mail calls. I've been buying up a ton of them. I'm trying to fill up my shelves, right? All those shelves behind me. There's been a lot of G.I. Joes dropping recently, and I, of course, pre ordered a ton of them. I also ended up going to Ollie's the other day. I saw all the posts, of course, like everybody probably did, and ran over and grabbed a couple. So, first one up, and the only reason this is the first one up is because I'm not actually going to open this one. Fortnite G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. So, picked him up over at good old Ollie's the other day. Pretty stoked to have him. Missed out on it the first time around, and for that price point, you can't go wrong, right? Also, while I was there, I did grab a Stalker, so let's crack into him. G.I. Joe Stalker, he looks pretty awesome. Things feel pretty good, double knees, double elbows. The classified line has been fantastic. I'm one that definitely likes articulation. That's the reason I had G.I. Joes when I was a kid. Alright, Stalker gets his old school 80s style gun. He does rock the beret in the old school figure as well, so he's definitely getting that. I think I'm going to keep him without the scarf. Then the big machine gun's pretty rad too. It's got a nice magazine here. Let's go slide in this way. Go up and line up with that. That's pretty rad. You know, they do, their attention to detail is pretty awesome. I don't know what his machine gun's supposed to go in his backpack. Take the magazine off of it, I guess, and it would fit. Holster for the pistol, always a nice touch. Actually, holster for the knife. So rifle, magazine, that's pretty cool. Spots to hold everything. Suppressor for the pistol. It's got a little slot next to it, so you can put that in there instead of actually on it. We got Sergeant Stalker, pretty awesome figure, number 46 from the G.I. Joe Classifieds line. Super glad I picked him up. I missed him our first time around, but now he's in the collection. He's going up on the shelf. Next up, Dr.Mindbender, number 43. Let's see what he's got. So it's going to take me a minute to tear into it. No, not really. He opens up, nice window box. Opens up. Will he just pop out, or has he got anything? Holding him in too tight. Alright, popped right out of there pretty easy. So I got a Dr. Mindbender number 43. Also has to join the ranks of Cobra up on the shelves behind me. So opening a bunch of these figures today, checking them out. Articulation again, they're on point. I don't really have to talk about it most of the time. You know, you get pretty awesome things. Sometimes they got issues with parts moving and things like that. They add holsters and things, and sometimes they get a little wonky, but so far he seems pretty alright. Dr. Mindbender, he comes with a ton of accessories. I'm not going to pull all of them out and talk about them all, but some pretty cool ones. He's got a skull, brain. It's got like a hand, zombie looking hand. His pistol, the prod with the hose. Awesome. So we got Dr. Mindbender. I'm just going to go with the pistol. Can I get it out of there? Alright, so the rest I'm going to leave in the box because he's kind of an exclusive figure, so I'm going to keep the box on this one. Most of the time I, toss the boxes, but Dr. Mindbender I'll keep. He's got his pistol in hand, double elbow, his cape. Doesn't have the Cobra emblem. I feel like the original one has the Cobra emblem on his cape. Dr. Mindbender. Alright, pretty awesome figure. I'm going to put his box back. Got him in a cool little pose now. Throw him up on the shelf next. Up next is Range Vypra, number 76. This figure was always one of my favorites when I was a kid growing up. I loved the Range Viper figure. I guess I was that time period. I got lucky I had an older brother, so he was into stuff before I got to it, but so I got some of the older things, but this was like my time period, the Range Viper. He was always one of my favorites. Ended up grabbing him. I think it was Walmart had him, and we'll get to the next ones as well. Let's pop them open. So we got number 76, Range Viper. It's got a lot of awesome accessories as well. Of course, articulation. It's got the nice shoulder joint on this one. Lots of them. I mean, their articulation is pretty awesome. Hasbro finally is like, all right, we're going to hook you guys up with some cool things. Again, the moving parts sometimes can be an issue. They feel pretty tight. One good old Range Viper. The details are sick. This was like I loved this guy when I was a kid. Got his backpack, little holes, hooks to the back of his head. Got an ammo belt. Pretty awesome. Figure out how I want to put that on him. Looks like it would wrap around like this. Pop that off. Get it up over his head. And down and around. And re-plug that back in. It's got the grenade launcher gun. I love this gun when I was a kid because it had like the removable parts, right? Like that and Bullhorn, they were like two of my tops just because they had like the coolest accessories, the guns that came apart, and you could pretend they were changing magazines and switching it out, so he's definitely going to be rocking that. It's got a little scarf. Throw that on. That one's nice and easy. It just has a little like cut in the back so it can just wrap around. Knife holster, put pistol in there. Awesome little pickaxe. And then an LMG with a magazine as well. Same magazine almost, I think, as the last figure that we looked at, but pretty rad overall. So, Range Viper, another pretty sick figure from the new G.I. Joe Classifieds line. Let's see what's next. Next up, we got Classified Big Ben number 77. Also came from Walmart, I think, with the Range Viper, right? I think both of them were exclusives. You could have also grabbed them on Hasbro Pulse because they always put them up for a little while in there. We got number 77, Big Ben. Big Ben's a pretty awesome figure as well. They started the Night Force, I guess, from Walmart. Again, classified, same type of articulation everywhere. Awesome. Feels nice and tight so far. It's got the LMG, removable mags. I love how they're doing a lot of that with all these figures. You know, their attention to detail. Some of these guns have some great detail. It's got a cool gas mask head. I'm gonna leave him old school, right? So I'm a fan from the 80s, so I'm gonna leave him old school. Looks like he's got like a little Mac or something. Had a little suppressor for it. It's got his holster. Pretty cool figure overall. I'm digging it. Next up, what do we got? We got number 78. Mr. Tripwire, another one of my favorites when I was a kid. Tripwire comes with a ton of stuff, and I mean he should, right, for the price point. He's a deluxe figure, so he should have a lot more. The Minesweeper, he has a removable helmet. I think that's pretty awesome. He comes with a couple different helmets. Go with the old school 80s style helmet though for Tripwire. Same with the Minesweeper. He's got to have the Minesweeper, right? That was what he was known for. He's got the bomb disposal rat. Throw him up on his shoulder or something. And that'll be a pretty cool when he's posing. Comes with a an extra vest different styled vest, more like the bomb squatty, a little bit bulkier. I mean, they're very similar. You just lose the pouches. So you get like 80s, 90s pouches, or no pouches. One of the two. Guessing this goes around, so when he's really heavy duty disposing, can wrap that around his other helmet. Old bomb disposal kit. Controller. So he's got this cool little bomb robot. Articulated arm, moves around. Remote control for it. His backpack, and you can hook a mine in it. Just one. Looks like just one. You can't pile them all on top of each other. They are pretty awesome figures. Gun, holster, as usual. Classic classified looks are pretty awesome. I'm not sure if his hose looks like it should look in here. We got Tripwire, number 78. Pretty awesome figure. G.I. Joe Classifieds. What do we got next? Next, we got number 81, Cobra Eel. Again, one of my favorites from when I was a kid. Like, they're really playing on the nostalgia of adult collectors at this point. I'm pretty sure Hasbro was just like, this is what we're going to do. It's been awesome. Don't get me wrong. I am a sucker for all of it. All right, number 81, Cobra Eel. The hose is in the OG. The hook to the backpack. His helmet is removable on the classified, which makes it pretty cool. Get it lined up right when you put his head in there. Backpack, hooks in his back. His breather hoses in the sides, just like the old school. A little different, of course, but similar enough. He's got his flippers. Flexible plastic, can wrap up around the heel. And he's got a knife holster, but again, it's one of those ones that I was talking about every once in a while. On these classifieds, the holsters and things get loose. They don't always want to stay where they're supposed to. Which, thank you for putting them in there, because I think it's awesome to have. So a knife slides in there. They just don't always want to stay where you want them to. That one would be a lot easier. Hooks in. I guess the only thing I see with him is his shoulders look a little bit small when he's all armored up. I feel like they should be a little bit higher. But overall, another solid classified figure. All right, Cobra Eel. You know, they're playing on that nostalgia, bringing back a lot of the 80s style. Really digging it. Hasbro's classified wave. Next one up is number 83, Mr. Tunnel Rat. So I was a huge fan of the G.I. Joe the movie when I was a kid, and Tunnel Rat's crawling through the tunnels, finding a way through, training with the Slaughters Marauders. He's a pretty cool figure so far. He's definitely a little bit wobbly. His head's a little bit wobbly. One of the things I noticed right away. And of course, these extra pieces that just don't want to really stay where they're supposed to. But let's hook him up. Let's see what else he's got. His awesome backpack as usual. Let me put that in place. That'll probably help keep some of these other pieces in from moving around. It's got his 2 flashlights, just like the old school Tunnel Rat. It's a giant backpack if you're trying to crawl through tunnels, though, I would imagine, right? It's cool. Both of them hook in, just like the old 80s style, again, playing on that Revolver goes in his holster. Awesome. Another knife. Knife in there. He's got some night vision goggles he came with. I'll probably leave those off. I'm going for the old school look. He's got his bomb bag or whatever the bag that he had. He also had that in the original vintage, right? 80s one. Probably won't display him with that either. Too many things already balancing on him. Better move it around. And I want to give him his LMG. Another pretty awesome LMG, lots of detail, removable magazine, giant. Switch it up, I'll put it in his other hand for this. Alright, so we got number 83, Tunnel Rat, all geared up. Got him in a cool little pose going up on the shelf here in a few minutes. Up next, I got number 88, Vypra. Let's see what she's all about. She's got a cool little mask to put on, skull mask, slides right on over top. Doesn't feel like it locks in or anything. Kind of cool. Backpack holds 2 swords. Put the arrow in there. That's a pretty cool touch. I like that. You can slide the arrow in so it looks like it's loose inside with the rest in the quiver. She came with a bow and arrow. I'm not probably gonna give her the bow and arrow. Probably hook it to the. It looks like it's hookable to the backpack. She's got 2 swords. Give her at least one of them. Put the other one in the backpack. And it's got a little shape. Looks like it fits right in there. Slide that on. Hooks in right on the backpack. Reissue. It's a Jinx costume, right, and repainted. I think it was in the multi-packs later on. There wasn't one in the 80s, but in the 2000s wave, I guess, when they did a little bit of the O-rings, the multi-packs. But that was Vypra. Pretty cool. What do we got next? Next up, we got number 95. Steel Corps Troopers, Steel Brigade. We get 2 of them in this. It's a multi-pack. And if I didn't say this earlier, I do love the packaging for some of these. I love how they have all the accessories shown on there. If you're having trouble remembering what accessories go to what figure, that's always important, right? There are cool websites to figure it out, but it's nice that they're on the box. I will recycle all these boxes, so I'll lose that privilege. I do wish they did, you know, file cards still. That would be pretty rad on the back of the boxes. Plenty of room to do it. Again, that's the whole spread, though. Everything they come with, so you get a male and a female Steel Corps Trooper. Let's see what they got. Steel Brigade, one of the mailaways back in the day. I wonder if we're going to see a gold head version of this eventually down the line. I bet Hasbro will do it as an exclusive. That would be my guess. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will. I would imagine they already have the mold. They'll probably end up making it. Attached armor, a little bit wobbly. Doesn't stay quite in the spot. Overall pretty good. They came with 2 different heads. I'm going to keep him with the head that he has on. They have the jump pack. It's pretty awesome. Probably will not display him with it. However, I'll put one on there now. They also have, which I think is pretty cool. Actually, I might get one of these hanging in the classified shelf. Jump pack. It's got the cloud effect. So they're looks like they're shooting off the fly. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool effect. I like that. So that might actually happen. Let's see what else we got. We got 2 different pistols. They're, well, 2 pistols. Both are the same. Not 2 different pistols, but just so you don't confuse which one goes to who, I guess. Makes it easy. You got some gunfire effects, it looks like. That's pretty cool. They hook inside. So I'm guessing the guns then, yep. Alright, the holes in the barrel. So you get some cool gunfire effects if you want to have a more of a diorama. I just have mine all kind of standing around. Not too exciting, but pretty awesome. So probably pass on putting those on. I do like, even this one's super cool. All done shooting, you get the smoke coming out. That is, that's a cool effect. That's probably staying on there. So you got two rifles, almost the same. One's got a green, one's got a different snipe, one's more sniper scope, smaller scope. Looks like it's got a grenade launcher, shoddy, or something hooked underneath. I think all three of the magazines are the same for the guns. You also got a smaller one with a red dot. Got two knives, both the same again. Do they have holsters? Probably, I would imagine. Yep, right on their chest. Knife in. That's awesome. I love that part too. Really, like the old G.I. Joes, I used to love it when they had holsters, places to put things. Pretty cool set, right? 2-pack Steel Corp Troopers. I'm gonna give her the smoking gun. I think he's gonna be flying up above, so that when I get that trouble bubble in the Cobra shelf, we'll have the jump pack in the Joe shelf for now. Definitely glad, you know, the plastic is way different than we had in the 80s. No broken thumbs, no broken fingers usually on these. Last but not least, good old Chuckles, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive this past year. I think he's been back up on Pulse a few times. Let's crack him open. Oh, that's pretty cool. Got a little comic panel inside. Fighting. I like how they gave Chuckles the, you know, like the Hawaiian print or whatever on his bag of accessories. Everybody else gets like the G.I. Joe Cobra signs, right? What do we got? We got Chuckles. One of the things that he had in the 80s was, of course, the holster. I talked about it multiple times. I used to love it. You could put the gun in and take it out. One of my favorites. It's got the knife. Knife goes in the holster. Gun, holster. It's got like a beat up face. It's pretty funny. Regular face. I'm going to keep him regular. It's got a briefcase. Some headphones. Some glasses. A lei. I like it. Some brass knuckle hands. And this almost looks like Soundwave. I feel like it looks like Soundwave from Transformers, right? Am I the only one that thinks that? That's pretty cool. That's a small little detail. His little TV thing, or his Walkman. Maybe I guess it's the one they used for the reference of Soundwave in the old. You know, some binoculars on his belt. You can hook the little Walkman to his belt. Earphones don't really attach too well. They're kind of wonky. They don't really work as well as maybe you'd want, so they're going to get packed in. They'll probably just stay as is. Give one hand of, give him his right hand. Give him some brass knuckles. All right. He did have a cool little file, little briefcase. Gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna throw some of his other smaller parts in the briefcase because why not? As I pack him away for a little while. too many things to display with. It's great though. Again, another 80s inspired G.I. Joe classified figure. Thanks for stopping by. Loving the classified line. Hasbro's doing a great job with them. If you haven't been picking them up, don't slack on them.